Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that is crucial for anyone who has ever had to operate in less than ideal weather, the U.S. Army's wet weather gear. Specifically, we're going to break down the top and bottom components of the modern OCP, or Operational Camouflage Pattern, uniform system. You might also hear it referred to as the ACU, or Army Combat Uniform System, but we'll clarify all that. We'll cover everything from price and regulations to the different levels of gear, what an SN means, and how it all fits into the bigger picture of military dress code and equipment. And yes, we're going to talk a lot about the magic material itself, Gore-Tex. Or is it Gore-Tex? We'll get to that. First things first, let's talk about the system itself. When soldiers talk about wet weather gear, they're usually referring to Level 6 of the Extended Cold Weather Clothing System, or ECWCS. This system is a layered approach to dressing for any environment, from scorching deserts to freezing tundras. Level 6 is the hard shell layer designed to be completely waterproof and windproof. Its primary job is to keep you dry from external moisture, like rain and snow, while still allowing some of your body's moisture or sweat to escape. This is a huge deal because getting wet in a cold environment is one of the fastest ways to get into serious trouble with hypothermia. So, what exactly is this Level 6 gear? It consists of a jacket, often called a wet weather top, and a pair of trousers, the wet weather bottoms. These are designed to be worn over your other layers, whether that's just your regular combat uniform or multiple layers of insulation like the fleece jackets and long underwear from the other ECWCS levels. They are lightweight and packable, designed to be carried in a soldier's pack and pulled out only when the skies open up. Let's break down the jacket first. The modern OCP wet weather top is a pretty sophisticated piece of kit. It features a waterproof front zipper, usually with a storm flap over it for extra protection. The seams are all factory sealed with a special tape. This is a critical feature. You can have the most waterproof fabric in the world, but if the thousands of tiny holes made by the sewing needle aren't sealed, water will find its way in. The jacket will also have a hood, which is usually designed to be large enough to fit over a combat helmet. These hoods are typically adjustable with drawcords to cinch them down tight around your face. Under the arms, you'll almost always find what are called pit zips. These are long zippers that you can open up for ventilation. When you're working hard, rucking up a hill, or digging a fighting position, you're going to generate a lot of heat and sweat, even if it's cold and raining. The pit zips allow you to dump that heat and moisture vapor quickly without having to take off your whole jacket. Another key feature you'll see on the sleeve pockets are Velcro patches for attaching your rank insignia, name tape, and U.S. Army tape. This is part of the dress code regulations. Even when you're bundled up in your rain gear, your rank and identification need to be visible. The pockets themselves are usually designed to be accessible even when you're wearing body armor or a rucksack. Now, let's talk about the trousers. The wet weather bottoms are just as important as the top. They are made from the same waterproof and breathable material. One of the most important design features is the inclusion of side zippers that run up the leg, often from the ankle all the way to the hip. This is a game changer because it allows you to put the trousers on or take them off without having to remove your boots. Anyone who has tried to wrestle a pair of pants on over muddy combat boots knows what a lifesaver this is. The trousers will also have an elastic waist with a drawcord and sometimes belt loops or pass-through pockets so you can access the pockets of the pants you're wearing underneath. The ankle cuffs are also adjustable, usually with a Velcro tab or a snap, so you can tighten them around your boots to keep water, mud, and critters out. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Gore-Tex. This brand name has become almost synonymous with waterproof, breathable fabric, kind of like how people say Kleenex for any tissue. Gore-Tex is a specific brand of a material called expanded polytetrafluoroalkyl, or EPTFE. It's a membrane that is stretched out to create billions of microscopic pores. These pores are about 20,000 times smaller than a drop of water, so liquid water from the outside can't get in. However, they're about 700 times larger than a molecule of water vapor, which means sweat from your body can escape. This is what they mean by waterproof and breathable. While the official military gear is often made with genuine Gore-Tex fabric, the military specification also allows for other materials that meet the same performance standards. So you might find gear that says it is made with a Gore-Tex equivalent or simply states that it meets the military's waterproof, breathable spec. For all practical purposes, the performance is the same. And whether you spell it Gore-Tex, Gore-Tex, or something else, everyone knows what you're talking about. Now, a quick word on the different patterns. We mentioned OCP and ACU. The Army Combat Uniform, or ACU, was originally introduced in a digital pattern called the Universal Camouflage Pattern, or UCP. It was that grayish-green digital camo that was very popular because it didn't blend in well with much of anything. Around 2015, the Army switched to the Operational Camouflage Pattern, or OCP, which is very similar to the multicam pattern that many people are familiar with. It's a much more effective blend of greens, browns, and tans. So, when you're looking for modern gear, you'll be looking for OCP. You can still find the older UCP pattern wet weather gear on the surplus market, often for a lower price. It works just as well at keeping you dry, it just has a different, less current camouflage pattern. Let's touch on the national stock number, or an SN. Every single item that is officially issued by the US government has a unique NSN. It's a 13-digit code that identifies the item. If you're buying surplus gear and you want to be sure you're getting the real deal, genuine issue stuff, look for the NSN on the tag. You can even look up the NSN online to verify what the item is, when it was made, and who the contractor was. For example, a medium regular wet weather top will have a different NSN than a small long top. This brings us to sizing. Military sizing can be a little different. It's usually a two-part size, like small long, medium regular, or large short. The first part refers to the chest size, and the second part refers to the person's height. Small, medium, large, etc. are fairly standard, but the length part is key. Short is for people under 5 feet 7, regular is for 5 feet 7 inches to 5 feet 11, and long is for people over 5 feet 11. It's a great system because it gives you a much better fit than a simple small, medium, or large. What about weight? The Level 6 gear is designed to be what's called hard shell, lightweight, a complete set. Top and bottom usually weighs around 2 pounds, give or take a few ounces depending on the size. This is incredibly light for the amount of protection it provides. It is designed to be compressed down into a small stuff sack and live in your assault pack or rucksack until you need it. It doesn't take up much space or add a significant weight penalty, which is critical for a soldier who is already carrying a heavy load. So, what about the price? This is where things get interesting. If you were to buy a comparable high-end waterproof, breathable jacket and pants from a civilian outdoor brand like Arc'teryx, Patagonia, or the North Face, you could easily spend $500, $600, or even over $1,000 for a set. Because this is military surplus, you can often find a brand new or a lightly used set of genuine issue Level 6 gear for a fraction of that cost. The price can vary a lot depending on the condition, the size, the camouflage pattern, and where you buy it. You might find a used set in the older UCP pattern for under $100, while a brand new, in-the-bag OCP set in a popular size might be closer to $200 or $300. Even at that price, it represents an incredible value for the quality and durability you're getting. This is gear that is built to withstand the rigors of combat, so you know it can handle a weekend camping trip or a tough day working outside. Let's talk about care and maintenance. To keep your Gore-Tex gear working properly, you need to keep it clean. Dirt, body oils, and grime can clog the microscopic pores in the membrane, which will reduce its breathability. You'll feel like you're wearing a plastic bag because your sweat has nowhere to go. You should wash it periodically using a specialized detergent made for technical outerwear. Don't use regular laundry detergent, fabric softeners, or bleach, as these can damage the membrane and the water-repellent coating. After washing, you can toss it in the dryer on a low to medium heat. The heat actually helps to reactivate the durable water repellent, or DWR, finish on the outside of the fabric. That's the coating that makes water bead up and roll off. Keeping your gear clean and the DWR fresh is the key to long-term performance. In summary, the U.S. Army's Level 6 wet weather top and bottom are an outstanding piece of equipment. From the tape seams and pit zips to the boot zippers and helmet-compatible hood, every detail is there for a reason. Thanks for sticking with me through this deep dive. I hope you found this information useful. If you have any questions about this gear or your own experiences with it, drop them in the comments below. I love reading through them and hearing your stories. Don't forget to like this video if you learned something new, and subscribe to the channel for more gear reviews and breakdowns. We'll see you in the next one. Stay safe out there.